Axios recently was provided some indication of what a Joe Biden cabinet might look like if he becomes the nominee and somehow manages to become president. So overall, it said that Biden advisors describe a return to normal plan, a reversal of President Trump's unorthodox improvisational style. Biden wants known, trusted people around him, many from the Obama years, and we have some specific examples of this. And so, Emma Vigeland, I wanted to get your response to some of these names that have been brought up. John Kerry would love to take a new cabinet position devoted to climate change, or might even accept a curtain call to return as Secretary of State.
Oh, okay, yeah. John Kerry was just quoted this morning talking about how Bernie Sanders has never met a socialist authoritarian he doesn't like. I'm paraphrasing a little bit there, but that was the gist of the quote. So we can expect more, troubling support for coups in Bolivia and just complete silence on many other issues involving the ousting of leftist leaders in South America, as well as continued aggression overseas, like we saw under John Kerry, under Obama. So yeah, that's my reaction, and also just the idea of the return to normalcy, the complete fantasy land that the Biden campaign and so many in the Democratic electorate are operating in. Yeah. The normalcy is what led to Trump. Why do you think normalcy in the way that you're painting it is going to beat Donald Trump, especially when Joe Biden is to the right of Obama? Yeah. Must we remind people of this all the time? It's going to be even more corporate.
Yeah, I'm getting negative vibes off of you, but I will just say, as someone who prioritizes dealing with climate change, when I think of the climate crisis, I think of John Kerry. Anyway, okay, so quick responses to some more names. Mike Bloomberg to possibly head the World Bank.
What do I pick up my computer and throw it at my wall?
That would be a response.
TYT might get mad because I broke my most recent one with coffee, but that's true. Yeah, that's I'm restraining myself. That's look, yeah. We just delineated how racist, how paternalistic, how right-wing Mike Bloomberg is. But because he's probably going to donate hundreds of millions, if not $1 billion, to the Biden campaign in the general election, which when it would be moot because of free media, and Hillary had more money than Trump. Oh my God, and she lost. Yep. Okay, because of that, now we're gonna basically allow him to buy himself a position on the World Bank. Great.
Basically. It's up for sale.
Why are you doing this to my blood pressure, John?
Well, let's see. Maybe you like one of these. Okay. Elizabeth Warren as Treasury Secretary to help unify the party.
Never, ever, ever gonna happen. Never going to happen. Look, the other people he's considering are Jamie Dimon and some other banker. So the three names floated out there: two big bankers, and then one person who's known to rail against the bankers. Oh, please don't insult our intelligence by saying you're gonna actually put Elizabeth Warren as Treasury Secretary. You're doing this to make sure that people in her camp kind of stand down and don't demand that she endorse Bernie Sanders. Not that she would anyway, but what a joke. It's infantilizing. He would never, ever, ever put Elizabeth Warren in that position. I promise you.
Okay, well, what about this? Because we want someone who's qualified for these positions, so I'm gonna jump one ahead. Biden advisors expect Pete Buttigieg to get a prominent slot, perhaps as ambassador to the UN or as US trade representative. Both positions that he's qualified for? What does he have to do with, he was the mayor of South Bend. He's gonna be in charge, well, not in charge, but all trade internationally or world diplomacy. That's where I see young Pete.
Oh my God. I mean, this is really the olden days where you can truly buy yourself a position with an endorsement. It's not the best person for the job. It's the person who gave Biden the most political capital at the time. But this is all fantasy land because Biden's probably going to lose to Trump if he's the nominee, right?
That's the fear. Yeah, when Pete Buttigieg said that he would not put a ban on giving people ambassadorships after donating his campaign, most people thought that would be with him as president. Maybe that was just setting up a standard for after he lost.
Right.
God. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.